I never thought I'd be the one dialing 911 on a neighbor, but when Karen McAllister decided that her yoga mat deserved prime real estate in our apartment building's fire exit, I snapped. Picture this. It's a sweltering Tuesday in Phoenix, the kind where the AC hums like a dying lawnmower, and I'm hauling groceries up 3 flights because the elevator's on the fritz again. I round the corner to the stairwell, arms loaded with milk cartons threatening to avalanche, and there she is, perched like a queen on her pastel pink mat, blocking the entire damn door. "Excuse me," I mutter, trying to sidestep without spilling my kale smoothies. She doesn't even look up from her phone, just waves a manicured hand like I'm the help. This spot's taken, hon. I paid my dues, literally. HOA perks. That's when the rage boiled over, hot as Arizona asphalt. I've been her doormat for 2 years. The passive-aggressive notes about my unkempt succulents on the balcony, the complaints to the board about my dog's occasional bark during her Zumba streams, the time she reported me for noise pollution because I laughed too loud at a Zoom happy hour. Betrayed? Hell, she wasn't just a neighbor. She was the a tyrant who'd finagled extra parking spots for her Tesla by schmoozing the president. My ex-husband, Tom, before he wised up and left her for someone who didn't treat community meetings like a gladiator arena. Revenge? It wasn't planned, but as sirens wailed faintly in the distance from some unrelated drama, I felt the universe handing me the match. The building erupted like a 4th of July, sparkler gone wrong. Word spread faster than churros at a block party. Text pinged in our group chat. "Karen's at it again?" In the exit, Mrs. Lopez from 4B, the sweet abuela who'd baked me tamales after my divorce, stormed down first, her rosary beads clicking like gunfire. "Muévete, loca. What if there's a fire? You think your downward dog saves lives?" Karen shot up, all 5'0" of bleached blonde fury, veins popping like overinflated pool floats. "I have rights. This is my meditation zone, paid for with my assessments. You renters wouldn't understand property values." Renter? That stung. I'd scraped together the down payment after Tom bailed, turning our 2-bedroom into a solo sanctuary. But she didn't stop there. She dialed the HOA hotline right then, screeching about vandalism threats and classless harassment, her voice echoing off the cinderblock walls like a bad country ballad. By noon, the lobby was a circus. Tech bro Jake from 2A live-streamed the standoff on TikTok, captioning it entitled HOA Queen Versus. The people, popcorn ready. Views skyrocketed. 50K in an hour. Comments flooding in, "Sewer ass." This is why I rent in the sticks. Karen energy level, nuclear. She doubled down, barricading the door with her mat and a designer tote, live streaming her own rebuttal. "These peasants don't get it. Boundaries matter." I sued my last complex for less. Backlash hit like a monsoon. The board chair, Tom's replacement, a no-nonsense accountant named Rita, showed up with bylaws in hand, quoting fire codes verbatim. "Ma'am, this is a felony obstruction. Move, or we call authorities." Karen laughed it off, that shrill, wine mom cackle, claiming discrimination against wellness warriors. I stood back, heart pounding, whispering to Mrs. Lopez, she's going to learn today. But deep down, it twisted me. This woman, for all her venom, was just another divorcee clinging to control like a life raft in the suburbs. The fire drill sealed it, pure poetic justice. Afternoon sun slanted through the windows as alarms blared, red lights pulsing like a migraine. The whole building funneled toward that exit. Families with kids clutching stuffed animals, the elderly Mr. Patel on his walker, Jake yelling "content gold" from his perch. Karen, still planted like a stubborn cactus, crossed her arms. "This is ridiculous. I paid for this spot. It's mine." Chaos froze. A mom with a toddler on her hip shoved past, nearly toppling into her. That's when I stepped forward, phone out, hitting record. "Karen, move. Now." She lunged at me, nails out, screaming, "You traitor. Tom told me all about your little revenge fantasies." But Rita was already on the line with dispatch. Cops arrived in under 10, badges gleaming under the fluorescence. "Ma'am, step aside. This is an active evacuation route." She resisted, flailing like a fish on a dock, yelling about lawsuits and HOA tyranny. They cuffed her right there, Matt confiscated as evidence, her face crumpling from rage to raw humiliation as neighbors gawked. "This isn't over," she spat, mascara streaking like war paint. But it was. TikTok exploded. Millions of views, HOA current trending nationwide. Petitions flew to dissolve her board privileges. Fines piled up like overdue Netflix bills. Watching her hauled out in that squad car, I should have felt vindicated. Instead, bitterness soured it all. She wasn't the villain in a vacuum. She was me a decade ago. Entitled, scared, lashing out at a world that chewed up dreams and spat out alimony checks. Tom texted later, "You good?" I didn't reply. Revenge tasted like ash, leaving me alone in the now-clear exit, wondering if blocking doors was ever really about the spot or just not wanting anyone to leave.